Super Bowl performances that have given credence to the cliche that defense wins championships.
Just do our job and get on to the next play.
I think a good defensive game plan is very important. It comes down to a lot of little things, and one play, one call, one technique can make the difference in your season. The best thing the Steelers did with their steel curtain defense is they just dominated on the front. They didn't blitz a lot. With their front four, they were able to put pressure on the quarterback. And this is a good example here in Super Bowl 13 against the Cowboys. They would read the center, and whichever way the center went, then that opposite tackle would penetrate into the line of scrimmage. This is the thing that the Steelers, to me, were so good at. They were able to execute these stunts on the move. Hall of Famers like Mean Joe Green. It's tough, just too much pressure. That's what they did a great job of on a very consistent basis. Super Bowl 20. I think the Bears defense can be summed up in one word: pressure. As opposed to the Pittsburgh defense that got their pressure out of the front four, the Bears defense was all about bringing more people than the offense could block. This was the 46 look. Dent, Hampton, Singletary, McMichael, everybody's threatening to come. In this case, the two linebackers blitz from this side. Singletary comes up the middle. Tight end steps up and picks up Singletary, but Grogan gets hit. They had great players, but their scheme was very hard to deal with. At their peak, they were as good as anybody. As a defensive coordinator for Super Bowl 25, a lot of people were counting us out, but I think we went into the game with a lot of confidence, and we were determined to make it a very physical game. To knock the receivers around, to jam the receivers, to hit Thurman Thomas coming out of the backfield. We really wanted to take away those inside routes and say, okay, if you're going to throw them, you're going to pay for them after you catch them. One of the things that we relied on was trying to take Thurman Thomas out of the game. On this play, Pepper's going to hit Thurman Thomas and take him out. We didn't want our coverage guys to have to worry about coming up to tackle Thurman Thomas, force the quarterback to hold the ball a little bit, and that enabled us to get some pressure on the pass rush. Lawrence Taylor, Pepper Johnson, and Carl Banks were all able to do multiple things very well. Those players took a lot of pride in all their jobs, and they were very good at whichever one you asked them to do. In Super Bowl 36, our game plan was defined by two words: Marshall, Falk. If he's behind the quarterback, we're playing run, and if he's not behind the quarterback, we're playing pass. Okay, where is he? He's not behind the quarterback. We're thinking jam the receivers. That triggered the defensive ends, McGinnis, trying to hit Falk and take him out of the game so the quarterback doesn't have an outlet to throw. When we blitzed in this game, we tried to blitz over Falk. Our thinking was we would be able to keep him in and force him to block. Then our blitzers would get to the quarterback and we could force the ball out in a hurry. The Ram game was probably one of our best executed defensive game plans, and as a head coach, it felt like my most gratifying moment.
Well, we know you have a present as a head coach and a great defensive coach. You have a future as a TV analyst as well. You can come join us in the media if you'd like.
I don't think I could come over to the dark side, Mike.
All right, then go put the hooded sweatshirt of the head coach back on and talk to me about the Steelers defense. Tell me about the individuals that stick out to you when you watch the Steelers on film.
Well, I think one of the most underrated players in the league on the Pittsburgh and on the Pittsburgh defense is Aaron Smith. He's on my Pro Bowl ballot every year. He's good against the run and the pass. James Ferrier and Joey Porter give him a lot of speed and athleticism at linebacker, and they do a great job on the running game as well. And, of course, Troy Polamalu is all over the field. Run and pass, he's a factor on everything.
The front seven is so good. Polamalu's up there close to the line of scrimmage a lot. So where, if you're Seattle, do you think you can have success against Pittsburgh?
Seattle is going to have to throw to win, Mike. They're going to have to throw on the corners. They need to get the ball down the field and to the outside. Of course, the key will be protection, but if they can get the protection, they've got to attack those Pittsburgh corners.
And even if the corners are there, it's going to be their responsibility to not only be there, but make plays against the wide receivers for Seattle as well. Are there certain passes we should look for Seattle to throw in this game?
Well, in addition to throwing the deep balls and the outside routes, I think they're also going to try to attack the seams in their 3-deep coverage between the corner and the safety.
So right up the numbers there. When you look at this, Seattle offensively, very good inside the 20 in the red zone. Why are they good down there?
Well, first of all, they have a good running game with Sean Alexander, and they have an athletic quarterback in Hasselbeck, but they like to get the ball to two big receivers, Jared Vicious and Jeremy Stevens. And those guys are tough because of their height their jumping ability and their ability to go up and take the ball away from the defenses.
All right, there you are. If you're sitting at home with your friends, if you were listening, now you know what to expect as you watch the Super Bowl when Pittsburgh is on defense and Seattle has it on offense. From Motown on